A lot of things get better with age or as time passes. Your whiskey, wine, cheese, George Clooney, and this podcast. Just kidding about the George Clooney part, by the way. But anyway, that's not the topic of discussion for this episode. Welcome to Books and Brew, and I'm your host, Mayur Ghadge. And today I'm going to talk about another thing that ages pretty well if done right, and that's barrel-aged beer. So centuries ago, beer was stored in wooden barrels. But over time, as metal and metal vessels grew popular, they replaced the wooden barrels for the ease of storing, reusing, and transporting. But now, wooden barrels are back and they are used again for storing beer and to make barrel-aged beer. And it has become quite a popular vertical in the craft beer brewing industry. Barrel aging has become another avenue or a tuning knob, as I'd like to call it, to add complexity to the beer tasting notes. In nutshell, what basically happens with barrel aging is that you add some woody notes to your beer with some additional flavors that are infused in your beer depending on the barrel you used and some other factors I'll touch upon in this episode. For example, if you use an American oak wood barrel, you get predominantly vanilla undertone, as opposed to French oak barrel, which gives your beer some spicy notes. There are many more oaks that aren't so widely used, and they also add the characteristic signature to the beer. So the oak you use depends on what beer you are aging, the flavors you want, or the mouthfeel you desire. And each of these oaks have different porosity, and this leads to different levels of oxidation. So depending upon the beer and the oxidation requirement for the yeast you use for the fermentation process or the final notes you desire, you choose the wood you want. Having said that, it's not a rule, and brewers go where their imagination takes them and play with the flavor and the texture of the beer with barrel aging. So a fun fact. So how craft beers differentiates from the retail beer is because they play with the brewing knobs in each step, which is like a craft, to get the delicious final beer that you drink. And that's where they get their name craft beer from. So that's why I think there isn't any rule or a specific technique in barrel aging, but it's more like a toolkit these brewers use to make new rules of barrel aging for themselves. Doesn't that make you wonder what exactly happens during barrel aging? So how brewers like to explain barrel aging is that barrels are living organisms and they breathe like us, which gives the beer the flavor during the aging process. So during daytime, the wood expands due to the high temperature, pulling the beer in the cracks and inside the wood. And in the night, as the wood contracts when the temperature reduces, it pushes the beer out with the oak's woody flavor infused in the beer. And this gives the beer the amazing taste. When I think more, it does resemble like breathing, doesn't it? Also, if these barrels were used previously to age other spirits, be it your bourbon, scotch, other whiskeys, tequila, or even wine, the resulting barrel-aged beer will have some undertones of those spirits. Now, if we think more, does this resemble like burping? I think that makes it sound disgusting. So let's not ponder on that thought and move on. So some brewers also add a lot of freshly harvested fruits like different types of crushed berries during the aging step, and that adds some fruity overtones to your beer. So you see, this knob of making barrel-aged beer gives the brewers the freedom to have a variety of subtle flavors into your beer. And that's why no wonder barrel aging is a huge hit in the craft breweries, with many breweries just specializing in barrel-aged beer. Typical barrel aging takes about 6 months to under a year, while whiskey, as we all know, takes over a decade. But unlike aged whiskey or wine, which costs a lot, barrel-aged beer is not that heavy on your wallet, as the wooden barrels that are used to age these other spirits are used for beer. So whenever you're drinking this delicious barrel-aged beer, thank your premium whiskey enthusiastic friend, because they have actually paid for your barrel aging without their knowledge. The phenomenon of barrel-aged beer is very local. So next time you hit a brewery, try their barrel-aged menu and ask someone at the bar how they actually aged it. To summarize this episode in just one sentence, I'd like to say barrel aging of beer adds another dimension to the same beer that you can have fresh. And unfortunately, a 5 or 10 minute episode cannot do justice to the complexity and the artistry that goes into barrel aging. I'll try to do another deep dive into barrel aging, but until then, let me know how you like this episode. My email ID is booksandbrewpodcast@gmail.com. For more such episodes on books, coffee, and beer, subscribe to the show on my YouTube channel or wherever you listen to your podcasts on. Please do like and rate this show on whichever platform you're listening to. Until next episode, spread the word, happy listening, and happy aging.